Hey guys, welcome back to Project Cummins. What we're going to be talking about today is exhaust systems. I got a few questions and I'm going to get to that here in a minute. But first I want to give you an overview of my exhaust, which is a muffler delete or a straight pipe. And as we get it under here, under the truck, you can see my exhaust. Okay, that's my exhaust as it leaves the turbo, comes through the downpipe, and then over to where I have deleted the muffler. That's that nice new pipe you see right there, all the way to the back. And of course, to the tailpipe. Now, the questions I got most, which actually surprising, is what is it? Well, quite literally, it's just a straight pipe that you replaced your muffler with, also called muffler delete. So why do this? Why put a muffler delete on your truck? Why not just buy a new exhaust system? Okay, well, a new exhaust, the performance ones, come from 4-inch to 5-inch, 6-inch, and then you can get pipes that are even larger than that. So why did I do this instead of buying a nice $400 or $500 exhaust? Well, really there's nothing wrong with the stock exhaust system except for that there's a lot of bends in the stock, and not to mention the muffler itself has a lot of restriction to it. Well, none of these do very good for horsepower or fuel mileage. So how can we fix this, and is it really that easy to do? Well, I can stand here and show you my truck all day, but to better explain this, we have to go back to the drawing board. Quite literally, the drawing board. Quite literally back to the drawing board. So I wanted to welcome you all to the very first How and Why episode of Exhaust Upgrades. Now, the original question that was asked to me was, does a straight pipe increase my fuel mileage and is easy to do at home? Well, yes, it's easy to do at home because you can go out with a saw, cut off your muffler, replace it with a piece of pipe and a couple clamps, and boom, you're done. Maybe an hour project and you increase the efficiency of your exhaust system. Now, why did I say efficiency? Well, anytime you increase your efficiency, it will increase your horsepower miles per gallon. That's just kind of how it works. As long as you're not adding more fuel, you have increased your efficiency from whatever you're running now. So, now that question has been answered, I'm going to go ahead and proceed with today's lesson. Exhaust upgrades. What do they do for me? Well, an exhaust upgrade will give you a faster spool, better exhaust flow, lower EGTs and better miles per gallon, and better sound. Now, you have to bear with me. I'm not any kind of artist by any means, so everything you're about to see is sketchy. So, how does it all do this? And better yet, how do I get the most badass pipe? I mean, is it really that easy where I can just swap out my exhaust and put on a bigger one and boom, I got the most efficient one there is? No. To be the most efficient, it's going to have to come straight out the hood. All kinds of power. And when I say that, I mean this has the best efficiency because it has 0 restrictions. Restrictions. This is what takes power away from us. Small pipe, the diameter, bends in it, like 90 degree, 60 degree, 30 degree, and the length of your pipe. These will all create less power. As you can see, this has none of those. It's not very small. It's not very long. And it might have one bend off of it coming off the turbo. So, maybe one restriction, but for the most part, there's 0 restriction there. And anytime that you're looking at an engine, whether it be diesel or gas or whatever, you have to realize that your engine is like a giant air pump. Now, I know some of you might have heard that before and like, no it's not, it burns fuel. Well, yeah, it burns fuel, but it has to take in air and has to expel air as fast as possible. So let's move down here
to my little wonderful drawing of the Cummins motor setup. As you can see here, we have the intake and turbo and intercooler and whatnot. Like I said, I'm no artist here, so work with me. And as air comes in, goes down through the turbo, is spooled up, shot out through the intercooler, over to the other side, come back through the engine, back down here, and whoop, out it goes. So, like I said, you need to get air in and out as fast as possible. Well, taking it in is another story altogether, and we're not talking about that today. We're just talking about the exhaust side. So like I said, as fast as possible, that is your most efficient pipe right there. Not legal, though. Of course, straight pipe might not be legal in your state either. Most states will tell you, if not all states, I believe, that your exhaust has to come out behind the cab. So this is great for the track, bad for the highway. You will get pulled over, you will get busted. So, how do we increase the efficiency? Just like I have up there, increase the efficiency. How do we do that with our stock exhaust? Well, for an example, just imagine that this is your stock exhaust. I know that some of the mufflers are different from year to year and so forth, but this is kind of like the muffler they had on mine when I cut it off. So as we can see, as we come down from the turbo, we have the restrictions in the bends here and here. Here and here, and so on and so forth, all the way at the tailpipe. Now there is a huge restriction in the muffler, because once it comes in, boom, it's going to hit a wall, and it's going to start cycling, and boom, it's going to come out again. Now I know that's not the exact way that every muffler works. I understand that. Most of them have honeycombs back and forth, which the air has to come back through multiple times. Even worse, in my opinion. So when you cut this out and install a straight pipe, all you've done, all you've done has increased the efficiency at which your exhaust can come out. Now there's still restrictions in the bends, because you know that is the stock pipe. But right there, deleting your muffler has increased your efficiency by 20 to 30%. And like I was saying before, that might cost you $50 to do, $50 to cut out. Where a whole new, brand new aftermarket exhaust could cost you $500+. That's really just how it kind of works. It kind of sucks if you ask me. But anytime you want to modify your exhaust, you always want to remember that less bends will equal more flow. More flow will equal higher efficiency. And once again, higher efficiency equals higher horsepower and miles per gallon. So, awesome, right? What about stacks? Everyone has fucking stacks. You know, they must be the shit then. Not really. If you look at how stacks are, like I said, no cartoon artist, has more steep or more serious bends to it. And each time you get 90-degree angle bends, it's like just clamping down on your exhaust. I mean, you're just choking it. But I mean, it's cool to do. So, and it's actually shorter of pipe because it's coming right out behind your cab. Now this is with the duals, obviously, but if you had just one large pipe, that would be even better because that's even way more efficient. So, I don't understand. You were telling me that it creates a faster spool, creates lower EGTs. Now, what the hell? How does this all translate into a better miles per gallon and better horsepower? Well, excuse me. I'm getting sick over here. As we were talking before, with a stock intake setup and a larger diameter off your turbo the whole way back, let's just say that we swapped out our 3 1/4, 4-inch stock exhaust, one of the two, and we replaced it with a 6 to 7-inch exhaust the whole way back. Straight pipe, just like this. Alright. How does that create a faster spool? Well, as I showed you before on the turbo, back in how to add 7 PSI with AFE, Go look up that video, you'll see what I'm talking about. There was a little turbine on the back of this turbo. and that turbine is connected to a shaft that's connected to the compressor wheel on the turbo. Now, as we open up our exhaust and create less restriction, opening it up, we're going to have a better flow. As we have a better flow, that turbine wheel can spin more efficiently and faster because it's not pushing as hard to get the damn exhaust out of the fucking way. So as it can push it, making it spin faster, it can take in air faster. Better spool. That's how you're getting a better spool. But whoa. You said it lowers my EGTs. Well, EGTs is what it is after the air's already gone through. An EGT reading, or the probe, should be right here. Reading what all the exhaust fumes, what the temperatures are as they're coming out your pipe and right before your turbo. Well, how can an exhaust on this side of the turbo affect the temperature on this side of the turbo? Well, as you're able to bring in more air faster, the quite density of the air will cool it down. Not to mention, your turbo does pick up heat on the intake side from the exhaust side because they're connected together. So if you're increasing the efficiency and flow of this and taking more hot air away from it faster, then naturally it cools down the other side. Now, I don't mean it makes it colder, I mean it cools it down from stock. So that's how we get a better spool and lower EGTs. And obviously, that's how we get a better flow and better sound out the pipe, out the back. Oh man, is it better. That's something you just got to experience for yourself. Now, how does this all translate into a better horsepower, better miles per gallon? Well, like I said, since it's more efficient and you can bring in more air and get it out faster, you have made a more efficient air pump. So, more miles per gallon? Absolutely. You're bringing in more efficient air and you're not working as hard to get the fucking rid of it. Now, when I say better miles per gallon, does that mean I'm going to swap out my pipe and boom, I'm getting 5 miles per gallon more? Absolutely not. 10 to 15% is what you're going to be looking at, increase in fuel mileage, and under wide open throttle, 2 to 5%. That's all you can really expect from that. So, I hope I covered everything. Yeah. Now let's say, after showing you my great cartoon artistry, that you still are not grasping what I'm throwing down. Well, I have one more example. Straws. On the left here, you can see a straw that I picked up from Dollar General. It's a whole pack of them. And on the right here, you can see a McDonald's straw. Now, as I put them up to the camera, we can see the difference in diameter. There we go. With my digital caliper, I can find out that the straw on the right is exactly 60% larger than the straw on the left. So we're going to say that the straw on the left is our stock exhaust, and the straw on the right is our modified exhaust. A 60% larger over a 4-inch pipe, which is your stock here, would be roughly 6.3 inches, something of that nature. So, I mean, it's relatively close for what we're going to be talking about. Okay? Now, you can just see the difference. Greatly opened. So, because it's greatly opened, we're going to get that better flow, better sound. Now, I know some people will look at this and go, well, that's a terrible example. No, it's not. Think about it. Alright? I want you to go get these straws. You know, you get the McDonald's one for free, and I'm sure you could pick this up at, for free at any friend's house or whatever. So it's not going to cost you anything to do this, but I want you to go get these straws. Now, with the left straw, put it in your mouth and blow. Just as easy as that. Then take the McDonald's straw, put it in your mouth and blow. You can see that it takes a lot less effort to blow through the McDonald's straw than it does the party straw. And I mean, that will give you probably your best example right there. Go ahead and try that. It's going to help you out greatly, guys. If you have any questions about this episode, you know, I tried to draw everything as great as I could. But if you have any other questions or you have any other concerns, you know, like, hey, I want to do this to my truck, but I don't understand how it increases my power any or anything of that nature, you go ahead and send me those questions. I will try and put it out in a detailed example such as this. But for now, this is Project Cummins. I'll see you guys later.